Love you, B.
Love you more. I'm here for you, Pook. It's been a hell of a ride.
I know. Oh,
You're safe, Pookie. You're
I
safe.
know. We're
You'll be okay. Aloha friends, Christina here, and I have a deeply intimate and extremely special video that we're going to be sharing with you today. Many of you have met my big sister Bianca, my big sis B.
Aloha.
And we wanted to make this video not only to share her story with you, but to also talk about her healing journey from cancer. This last year, my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer, and it has been an absolutely horrific moment for my family. It's been a very difficult thing for us all to embrace. However, Bianca has been absolutely incredible, and she is well on her way on her healing journey with cancer. And so we wanted to share her story with you today. We wanted to talk a little bit about the challenges our family has been facing. We want to talk about how she's been integrating this holistically, and we also want to share her favorite green juice recipe with you today. So as you can see, we are in Bianca's kitchen today. We are in her home. And for those of you who saw my last video, you already know that I've been in Houston for almost 3 weeks now, taking care of my family, supporting them, loving on them, and just spending time with them. These are really precious moments for us, and I just love my family so much. There's nowhere else I'd rather be, and I really need to be here right now. It's really important. Bianca and I won't get into this too much today, and I kind of shared this a little bit in my last video with you, but our family is going through such a brutal time right now. I mean, this past year, 2025, was so challenging for our family. We have navigated so much death and grief together. Not only did we lose Shido, our grandpa, who is our beloved patriarch, but we also lost 3 uncles and many more family friends. Never in my life have I experienced so much death in 1 year. And it's been heart-shattering and just so difficult to navigate. And amidst all of this happening, the week before Jido passed away, Bianca was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so you can imagine that in the midst of an already heavy situation, we got the news about Bianca's diagnosis, and it just felt impossible at the time. And so, even though I shared that with all of you, and even though it's only been a short period of time, Bianca is well on her way to recovery, and she's doing so well, which is, why we want to share her story with you.
So this is Pookie, I'm Tiki.
Those are our childhood names.
Christina and Bianca. Thank you for that introduction. What a year it has been. It's been a roller coaster. On June 1st of this year, I was in a life-threatening accident, hit by a drunk driver while on a work trip. It was very, very, very hard to reminisce that moment. I don't remember much, but they found me and my friend unconscious and unresponsive at the scene of the accident. And in going to the hospital, after my scans, confirmed that I was stage 2A lobular invasive breast cancer. And on top of having to deal with the trauma that my body faced, I now knew I had a health struggle that was larger than life and something I had to face and conquer with one of the best resources I know, my sweet sister, who, of course, helped me with integrative health so that I could be on my best for all of the things that ensued and lied ahead. It is not an easy thing to hear the C word, and especially amidst the suffering of other people in my family. So kind of getting on my armor and then suiting up and deciding every day that it was going to be a positive journey for an impact purpose is a really challenging reality to face. But I'm so grateful that my sister has been here to support, and I want to share the different lifestyle changes that I will be making. You know, a lot of things happened in between June 1st, the initial diagnosis, the doctor's visits, the incessant advocacy for yourself, trying to understand a disease that has plagued so many women as well, not just myself. It doesn't matter what stage you're in. It's always going to be scary. It's always going to be a deeply heartfelt experience where you rally behind those that you love. You try to give them the resources, the hope, the courage, and you lean into the things that you know best, whether it's faith or family or nutrition or the support systems that you've built. But it's so important to know that you're not alone, number one. Number two, that you can nourish your body, that you can lean into the things that uncreate things that you have created. I do believe that we are strong victors when we choose to be them. And these are some of my favorite juices.
Yes. So just to backtrack, because I just want this to sink in. Bianca was in a horrific car accident. They pulled her and her friend out unconscious. We ended up just getting an emergency text from her phone. We had no idea that she had been in a wreck. We didn't even know if it was real or not. And she was in Florida. She wasn't in Texas. So she was away from home when this happened. And it wasn't until we got a call from the nurse hours later that she'd been in a life-altering car wreck and that she was unconscious in the ICU in Florida. You can imagine how stressful this was for my parents and how stressful it was for me because I was in Hawaii. I really had zero power or control. But at the end of that call was really when she just dropped the horrific news. As she just said, and by the way, we want to let you know we did an MRI on her and we did a CT scan, and you know, there's no brain injury. Like, she's gonna be okay, but I don't know if you guys know this, but she has a tumor in her breast. And we were all just, our jaws dropped and we couldn't believe what we were hearing. You know, it really began a journey right then and there. Not only understanding what we were dealing with and also trying to find the silver lining that without this accident, we would have not found the tumor when we did. So a week after we had learned about Bianca's diagnosis and that it was a cancerous tumor, Shado passed away. And
that was hard.
Yeah, it was just such a really tough time. You know, we really stuck together as a family, and you know, it's also just been so hard because our dad is also really sick right now, and it's not something we're prepared to talk about right now. And that will be for a future video, but our dad he's also having such a hard time, and our mom is also having some health issues. And so we're really, really binding together in this moment in time to get through this, but we are getting through it and we will get through it.
Yeah, thanks for your love and support, Pook. And like I said before, lean into your support system. And for me, it's my sister, and I'm grateful. The sun and the moon are here. It's nice to have you home. That's for sure. It's nice to be having in my home.
I can't believe I've been here so long, and I've had a lot of people ask me, well, who's looking out? Who's watching your farm? Who's watching all of your animals? Who's watching Bambina? And I just want to say I have someone that I trust implicitly there right now, and who I love so much, who is really holding it down so I can be here, and I'm very grateful for them.
Okay, so many of you may know or not know that Pookie and I, Kristina and myself, are completely different.
Total opposites.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Best friends, sisters. We are each other's blood, but we are complete opposites. People call us the sun and the moon, and they've pretty much done that our whole lives. Bianca's always been the sun because she's really bubbly and outgoing, and you know, she's a Libra with so much vivacious energy, and she's a publicist, and she's so social, and she's fun and goofy. And I've always known to be the moon because I'm much more of an introvert when you get to know me, and definitely more quiet and reserved, and I just love my alone time and my nature and my quiet. And yeah, Bianca and I, we are the sun and the moon.
Pretty much.
But we shine differently.
That is true.
In our own ways, in our own special ways.
Very, very true. And I do drink wine, and I do love to eat my one fully raw meal a day. And I do have other lifestyle habits that might be a little bit different than Pookie, than my sister. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I have this resource, and I'm grateful for the acceptance and for the encouragement to do things like this that provide better health, include juicing, which, by the way, I love juicing. I really, really do. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I get very creative in the kitchen with my juices. And I always call her and ask her if I can have a juice recipe on the app. So I may not have had the best lifestyle habits, including eating some meat, drinking wine. I do have a very social lifestyle, but now I am making some active changes, and I have made active changes, and I'm continuing to go down the road of an integrated lifestyle with more juicing, more holistic approaches to a healthy lifestyle. And I'm grateful for your example for the greens and the plant-based nutrition and all the things that contribute to an alkaline body.
I think it's really important to mention, Bianca has chosen an integrative approach on her cancer journey, which is incredible. And I've learned so much about cancer this year. When the time is right, I will share more, but it's actually extremely uncommon to go the integrative path. Most people do the conventional treatments. They go straight for the chemo. They go straight for whatever it is that they're told to do, whatever is allowed or prescribed. And
I did push back on the chemo. So I chose to have a combination of conventional and holistic integrative medicine, which is food. And I'm so grateful because I did have surgery, which was necessary at the time. I do believe that there are some things that need a little bit of both. And I think that in my case, I'm so grateful to say that my outcome was very positive. So conventionally, I did have surgery. I did do a lumpectomy on my right breast is where the cancer was. And I am making incredible lifestyle changes at the moment. I actually have not had wine in at least 3 weeks, which is a huge feat. I would go, to events where bounce between 2 or 3 events a night and have anywhere from 3 to 4 glasses because, you're at one and a half at an event, one and a half at the other event, just to be polite and proper. But there's no shame in saying no. There's no shame in putting sparkling water with lime in your glass because it really preserves your health in the long run. It also, helps to keep your body alkaline, which is a huge and very important thing for somebody battling the C word. So yeah, conventional and holistic approach is very important.
And I just want to say that I'm so proud of my sister because up until this point, I never knew how challenging it was to advocate for yourself when going through the system in this way, and my sister has done that. When I say she has advocated for herself, she went in there even when the doctors were shaming her and saying, hey, look, this is what I want, this is what I feel comfortable with. And of course she asked for their advice and feedback, but she didn't just say, hey, tell me what you want me to do. She said, hey, what are all of my options? This is my goal. How can I do what I feel comfortable with to help me reach my end goal? And she really did that. And so, she did a combination of surgery and is now learning so many different wellness habits in her lifestyle, not just with food, but beyond food. She's got a trainer and she's working out a lot more. And, we've learned that exercise plays a huge role in her recovery and food. And not only that, but the fragrances in her house, the non-toxic cleaning products that are being used. Like when you just go through every single little thing in your house that you're touching, every single little thing matters at this point because you are to some degree consuming all of it. And I'm not a doctor. We're not giving a doctor advice in any way, shape, or form. We're just sharing what we've learned from her journey and her story, and we're learning the same thing with my parents as well, and we are implementing all of these things in the family. And even though I do all these things in Hawaii and I probably look like the crazy person because I do them to the extreme, my family doing these things for the first time is kind of me reliving it again, and getting to support them through it. And it's a lot of work when you turn your houses upside down and your lives upside down to do this, but it is worth it. And I'm so proud of you, B. This is, you know, she's just been absolutely amazing, and we're just so grateful that you're gonna be okay, and we're all here to support you.
Thank you. Let me just say my heart goes out to anybody who is currently battling the C word or just needs love and support. I send you a big heart. And just know you're not alone. I mean, going through it is a full-time job in and of itself, like having to understand it, having to keep up with all your doctor's appointments, going through all the different electronic tools that are supposed to help you diagnose yourself and this and that. There was also a point in my journey where I got back my test results in some way, shape, or form, and I had to use AI to help me translate exactly what was going on. And let me tell you, that is brutal. Nobody wants to hear from a machine what their diagnosis really is. And
it was because the details were not communicated through doctors. And she wasn't actually told in detail all of the information needed from the doctors. So she had to go out and advocate and find it for herself.
Yeah. There were even times where appointments were scheduled for me for things that I did not want, and I had to purposefully miss them. And then I would get calls, hey, why did you miss this appointment? And I'm like, well, because I didn't say yes to it. So therefore I'm not there. And don't be ashamed to do what you really need to do for yourself and feel that it is correct. And being on the other side, I had surgery October 16th, 10 days after my birthday. It took me a good month to just get back on my feet. You know, it's a very interesting surgery. I think my surgery was 8 hours long. They removed a tumor about the size of a lemon from my right breast, but they matched the left breast. So I'm grateful. I don't mean to share too many details, but the surgery was difficult, and especially after having been through the car accident, to where your body was just already trying to mend and heal itself. So you feel like you get on this little plateau and you're almost there, and then whoops, you gotta rise to the occasion again. So that took me out October, November, and December, and then I finished the last part of my treatment December, and started off this year in a new healthful mindset and place, and waking up in the morning, putting my supplements into my routine as well as my juices, and I get really excited to drink my juices while I work by my desk, and even just adding some oranges and apples to the juice to make it feel sweeter, because staying away from sugar is a very important thing. I definitely have a sugar addiction, and not embarrassed to say it, but I grew up with Diet Coke in my bottle, actually, sadly enough, but that does something to you as a kid. It makes you want to crave aspartame and sugar, and so it's definitely something I have to work every day to get better at.
I think one of the reasons why we've been holding on to sharing our family journey with all of you is because we've just wanted to keep it really private and intimate right now, as we've been going through the toughest part. And now that we're moving into the next phase with my sister and with my parents, we feel a bit more comfortable talking about it. And there was also a point in time where I was reaching out to every single doctor, every clinic, pulling together my entire community of people that I love and trust to find solutions, healing modalities, and more. And it's a really sensitive space, because I think people tend to offer advice and to tell you what to do when you don't ask for it. Mm-hmm. And so I just want everybody to know, when I say we have learned and tried everything, we have left no stone unturned. We've gone to biohacking clinics, we've done all the things, hyperbaric, red light, IVs,
every tea,
every supplement, every tea,
sour sop,
algaes,
moon and back,
parasite cleanses, vitamin C, high dose. I will go into this in detail when the time is right, but I just want everybody to know I know about these things. I know about them. I really do. I have flipped them inside out and tried all of them. And I know exactly which ones work now, and I know exactly which ones don't.
But I will say this, everybody's body is different too.
And every cancer is different. Breast cancer is different from pancreatic, and breast cancer is different from colon. Like, they all are so different. It is not a one size fits all. And learning about one person and their journey and what got them to this point, and then looking at their lifestyle. And when you start adding in the emotional component in there, it really changes things. People don't understand how much emotion comes into play in all of this, right? But it really is not just a physical journey. It is a mental, emotional, and spiritual journey, and it really requires that in-depth reflection and awareness to bring about true healing. And so I'm hoping you can just understand a little bit of where we're coming from right now when I say that it can be extremely overwhelming when it is a life or death situation, not just with one family member, but with multiple family members. It's extremely overwhelming and so sensitive, and you just become so protective of this little space that you have until you feel comfortable to kind of expand beyond it. We will continue to keep you posted on Bianca's journey and to keep you updated on her healing journey. It's impossible to share everything in one video. So for now, this is her story, and she's very excited to share one of her favorite juicing recipes with you. Now, I actually think it's pretty funny, and I can say that because I'm her younger sister, that my sister's favorite juicing recipe is a green juice.
Yes.
And this is funny to me because Bianca has been, for the most part in our entire lives, a sugar addict. And so you'd think that her favorite juicing recipe would be a very sweet fruit juice.
Watermelon.
But no, her favorite juicing recipe is a hardcore, straight up green juice with no sweet fruit in it. And it makes me so happy because this is actually one of the best green juicing recipes that anyone can enjoy for the health and wellness of their body.
Yeah.
And strength,
I love it.
Mineralization, alkalization, and more. Okay, so tell us
what
you like.
Celery, blueberry, banana, pineapple, celery, me, my mulberry,
Celery. With a little touch of limon.
Limon. And of course, I love myself some good
cilantro. There's also some parsley in there. We love herbs.
Yes, this is kind of the secret sauce, you know. And
we are Latina, so cilantro is the key
to everything. And then we have
the pepinos.
Cucumbers. We love the cucumbers. And some fantastic
kale.
Kale.
We've got green kale. You can use any kind of kale you want.
Use any kind of kale.
And then these are my additions today that I brought to her house.
The Pookie spice.
Ginger and turmeric. Yes, for improved digestion and inflammation.
Yes.
So this green juice is a really nice mix of hydration, deep leafy greens, natural sodium, lemon and lime is just like a wonderful alkalizer for your body.
Yes.
And of course the herbs, not only do they bring flavor, but they're loaded with minerals and so many good nutrients.
Yes, minerals are so important. I think we forget the importance of minerals in actually helping the digestion process. And that's very important for absorption, very important to make sure that you're not overeating. So learn that too.
Yeah, and what we're trying to get Bianca into the routine of doing, the same as mom, is waking up, water, movement, juice,
juicing,
and grounding in before we begin the day.
That is very important.
Healthy habits in the morning, because once the day gets started, it can be a bit more challenging, but if you can just pull in some consistent routines before the day begins, you're already winning.
I love it.
Okay, let's
juice.
Let's juice.
Ready, set, juice. Believe it or not, this is my Nama juicer. Can't live without it.
Yep, and Bianca does her own juicing at home.
I do.
And so, Bianca, I just touch on this really quickly. For somebody who eats out a lot, and I mean, she does have a history of eating out a lot and junk food and sweet foods and all the things. Tell them why you love juicing, because
It's so easy. Honestly, like Kristina will make these amazing, elaborate dressings and things, but juicing is foolproof. Even I can do it, which I love. But it's also so hydrating, so alkalizing. I feel so much better about it. I've always struggled with digestive issues. So this actually helps so much to have a mineralized gut, to feel like I'm not craving a million things that I shouldn't be craving. It actually curbs my sugar craving. So I'm very appreciative. And like I said, it's so easy to do. You literally just put your chopped up pieces, and sometimes you don't even have to chop them. I can't tell you how many times I've just put a piece of celery stick in here and just let the Nama do the work. Whoops. But it does it. It does it. So don't be scared. Just juice.
Just juice. And also, anybody can juice.
Yeah.
No matter where you're at on your journey, literally no matter where you're at in your journey, no matter your lifestyle, no matter what you're doing, you can incorporate juicing into your lifestyle. And something that I always like to encourage people to do is just to try one fully raw meal a day. And that one meal can be a fresh juice. And that green juice can count for a lot. It can provide your body with so many benefits. Literally, the benefits are endless. So my sister is such an example of this, because if my sister can juice, you can too.
You can do it. You can do it.
This is her Nama J2 juicer. She has one in her house. My parents have one in their house. And for those of you who are interested in this juicer, definitely check the link in the description below. My code FullyRaw60 will get you $60 off of this juicer, and it will get you a discount on all of the additional accessories as well to help you juice. So please check out that link in the description below and get juicing. This is your sign to start taking better care of yourself.
All right, so I love this juicer. I love juicing. It's so much fun. Ta-da. So as my sister taught me, you start with your greens, and it's okay to be messy. It is really okay. Do not worry about being a clean freak while juicing. See, pick up the pieces.
Unless you're me. I'm always
in life,
a clean
and
freak.
you can pick up the pieces and you can shove them in. You can do all the things. And you know, sometimes I actually put something with a little bit more water and hydration in the middle, like a raw food Oreo type of thing, you know, with the white in the middle. Okay, let's put some of this in here. See, just spice it up.
Add the lemon.
I'm going to add the lemon, okay? Actually, I love lemon. Okay, now we're going to turn it on, but you have to put the lid down first. Just tap, tap, tap. More cucumber. I hope you can see my ugly nails. I love my juice, I love my juice, I love my juice.
Turn your back counter.
Share with everyone. That was bad. Okay, ready?
Beautiful.
It's gonna be perfect.
Beautiful. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Woo! I love it.
And so good.
So delicious.
I normally add one lemon, but she likes to add more than that.
I know.
That extra tang is a woo!
A roller coaster.
Thank you all so much for joining us today and for allowing us to share my sister's story and healing journey with you. We are so, so grateful to have you. I mean, so many of you have been with me for such a long time. And so it is an honor and a privilege to be able to share the ups, the downs, my family with you, my life. You know, the longer that you spend with someone, you get to know them and you get to witness their journey. It's a very special thing. So I just want to say thank you for being here. And thank you to my sister for being so brave and courageous to share her story. And there will be much more to share. And we look forward to having you back, Bea.
Thanks, Poop.
We love you.
Love you.
We're wishing you the most blessed, beautiful, pain-free expansion of self, of healing, wellness, and more. We just want you to be the best version of you.
Thank you.
I know, I love you, Bea.
I love you too.
Thank you. Any other information that you guys might need, check out the links in the description below. There are a ton of resources that I have added there for you to reference. For those of you who are looking for them, including the juicer discount, my app, and so much more. So please check out those links in the description below. And again, thank you to my sister. Thank you for joining us. I look forward to seeing you all in my next couple of videos. I'll be here in Houston for a bit, so stay tuned for those. Sending you all our hugs and our love. Bye.
Bye.